Hi, friends. I am broadcasting from a brand new studio. Actually, just
so exciting.
Borrowing the Beachy Mamas podcasting studio, which is actually a bedroom at Liz's house. She is going to be my special guest for today's CoCo's Corner. It's very organized in this room compared to where I like to broadcast from.
Listen, it's a process. My bedrooms have not always looked like this, but
I know my office / workout / my mom is visiting this week, so it's her bedroom, which is now an air mattress. So, sorry, Mom. We had to get rid of your queen size bed for other things in the house. That's what happens when you have kids. It evolves.
Also, and is Mom visiting every single day
No.
through 65? No.
No,
Moms
right.
are fine. They're
right.
fine.
So, and I'm sure she'll be cuddled up, and I'll probably offer up my bed so that she can hang with the twins.
Oh,
So
you're sweet.
I am. I'm a good daughter.
You are a good daughter. You're a good daughter.
Firstborn.
Good mama, good friend. Are you first?
Yeah, I am firstborn.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it is. Right. Okay. But I wanted to, so kind of what I've been sharing on CoCo's Corner, the last several weeks have been like about my Enneagram, and I thought this would be a great way to finally introduce Liz. She was she was the one who told me about Jen Hatmaker in the Fierce,
Free, and Full of Fire.
Okay.
Listen, it's like my Bible. It's not, but it kind of is.
As I'm listening to it, I asked Liz, like, do you know Jen?
So,
are you and Jen the exact same person? Because now that we've been hanging out the last several months,
right,
there's a lot of things that you say that she's been saying, and I'm only into like 5 chapters of this book. So
that's it? And you already feel that way?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel so good about it. So, I also, when Coco told me that she felt this way about me and Jen Hatmaker, I also shared that my husband, Brad, listened to the same book and basically said the same thing like 5 chapters in.
Creepy.
He's like, are you guys the same person?
Strange.
And the thing is, like, I love Jen Hatmaker so much, but I have been listening and following her for so many years. We've evolved together.
Okay, let me ask you, have you, not changed, but have you thickened up some of your skills, like what she's talked about? Because I feel a lot of things that she said, I can hear you have already said some of these things.
I think so. I think that I have seen...
Like building your skills more, like, she's very much of an encourager. Like, she's been through there, so she's like, girl, okay,
100%.
now... Okay.
100%. And earlier today, you and I were talking, and, like, I was saying how I feel like sometimes I, for you, am like an encourager because my kids are bigger than the twins, right?
Yes.
So Jen Hatmaker has kids who are bigger. Yeah. And so, like, she's been through the fire of teenagers and, like, the wrath of teenagers and all of the chaos. And I read her posts and I see what she says about it. And she talks about leaning into the chaos, right? Leaning into those years and realizing that, like, it's going to be dumb. And it's going to be idiotic. And I love it because that's how she talks, right? That's what she says. She's like, Jesus be near. Like, we all need Jesus so much. Yeah. In these times. She's so
authentic with her relationship with the Lord, and I love that because I feel like I'm trying to be authentic with who I am and where I'm at and what I'm doing in my
100%.
life. Which, this is what I wanted to talk about for this very special podcast. It's my 41st birthday, y'all.
Birthday week.
So I wanted to share... It's interesting that I'm celebrating, but I wanted to share like what I feel like I've accomplished in what is a big 40th year, right? There's a
huge.
Big old like, you're turning 40.
Also, it's not weird that you're celebrating. Like, we should be celebrating.
No, you're right. You're right. I feel like we are 2 girls trying to normalize the weird, awkward things that people are like, because you're right. I remember when my mom's friend turned 40, they gave her like diapers.
Yeah, it was like being old.
It was that over the hill party.
Black.
Yes.
Like, everybody was depressed.
Graveyard, tombstones.
40 is the new 20.
It really is.
Let's
and this
be
is
real.
what I'm here to say.
Yep.
Yes.
I got you, girl.
Yes. Well, I'm basically best friends with Jen Hatmaker, by the way. Okay.
Hi. We're going to send this podcast to Jen Hatmaker, by the way. And then we're going to get famous.
Tell her right now. But you're right. So I wanted to share that, but I wanted to bring Liz on because I felt like the first 6 months of my 48th year, I was just coasting. It wasn't until January I met this crazy lady that...
Which is so bizarro.
Yeah.
I feel like we've known each other forever.
Yes. Yes. So my 40th year brought a couple of things. So I actually went to my phone and was just kind of looking through photos. Mm-hmm. Like just trying to see like what were some big giant things that like stuck out. So just automatically as I experienced my first trip to the ER with my son.
Oh gosh.
That was
what happened?
6 days after we turned 40.
Wait, what happened really quick? Cliff Note version.
He had like arthritis in his hip.
Oh,
and so his he couldn't step down on his foot, so I thought his knee was jacked, but it was his hip. So we had to do x-rays. Y'all, trying to draw blood from a two-year-old.
Yeah. I know.
Lord worst. Jesus. I was and COVID, so my husband couldn't be there. It was a bad thing. Okay, so that was the first thing I wrote down.
But hey, that's a big milestone.
I felt like it was.
Did you make it through?
Yes.
There you go.
And so when I saw the photo of my sweet baby, and then even me, so mamas,
love it.
Just try to hang in there in your first ER trip. You're going to be scared to death.
Yep.
It's going to be so scary. It's going to be so awful. But you have to be so strong. So try to break down after you leave the ER on a real note. Like it was 100%. Very hard for me.
Listen, we're going to talk about that on Beachy Mamas.
Okay. Make a note. Like make a note. It was hard for me. Let's see. And then really after that, and the second thing I wrote down, this happened in August, is we got lice as a family.
Oh my God. That is the worst. Oh my gosh. I remember Finn getting lice for the first time. But your whole family? How are y'all not bald?
Well, my husband's bald.
Coneheads?
Hi, that's why my husband's bald. So.
Wait, swear? That's why he's bald?
No.
No? Okay,
no, he says he's bald because of me. No.
That's why I have gray hair.
Right. So yeah, we got lice, and I'll never forget.
I'm writing this one down too.
Never forget the call we got, and how I immediately had a panic attack. And this is not a plug. I'm not being paid to say this, but if you live here in the Coastal Bend, you want to call the Los Angels because that's what I did.
Okay, cool.
Honey.
So good.
I didn't know I had lice. She combed me.
Oh, shoot.
She combed me. We were also live on her TikTok.
No.
Because she's famous. The Los Angels here in Corpus is famous. Okay, so I was like, I'll do it.
Googling.
And so she combed my hair, and I was riddled with it, honey.
Stop.
I'm not lying.
And your head didn't even itch?
No!
Because, when my kids get the lice letter, even somebody in their class has lice.
Yeah, no. I'm
itchy.
No, so my kids prompted the lice letter.
They were patient.
Let me tell you this. Yeah, they were patient. Let me tell you this. Listen, write this down. Did you know that lice can live underwater for 72 hours?
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
That's where they live.
Stop. Water? Stop.
100%. 100%. Because I was tracking through, where will we get the... So anyway, we got lice in August.
I know. You can't see me, but I have hives right now.
So
I'm itching and I have hives.
So that's how we kicked off our 40th year.
40s!
That's why I'm like a new mom. So I have friends that I graduated with who have grandkids.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so I'm oldest mom of my group. Even in my twin mom group, right. I'm head's itching. I'm sorry, hold on. I just got to get this real quick. I was not going to do it, but I have to. Oh, gosh. Oh. Okay.
It's because we were talking about the lice.
I know, I thought I was going to have the reaction. Anyway, so I'm the oldest mom. So just doing all this is what? Okay. So then as I'm looking through my photos for my 40th year, I literally wrote January through now, SHI, exclamation point, show. It's kind of what it's been like. And this is when I met Jen, was in January. So just a quick backstory. In November, I was working full-time doing a position with a big company here in town, and decided it was time for me to move on. And it was a very hard decision for me to do, but it was time for me to do what I needed to do. And that was in November.
Right.
But I was also still working at the radio station.
Right.
Well, at that time, I was like, okay, I'm throwing it all back into the radio station. I've been doing radio for... just in the industry since 2000, 2001. Right. So I've been doing it for a while. Went to school to be in radio, been doing it. So I was like, I'm going to throw myself completely into radio. How can I reinvent some things? How can I really get plugged in the community? What are some things I can do?
And that was our first.
And that's when I had reached out to, I had no idea who really was the lady or the mom behind Coastal Bend Mom Collective. But I saw how much stuff she was doing on Instagram, but I just thought, how can we do more? There's got to be something more there. So I reached out to her, and we had this hour-long Zoom. I was in the station. I was like, who is this lady? But I'm just intrigued.
TBH, I was like so nervous and a little bit starstruck because I didn't grow up in Corpus, so we meet people all the time. Like Coco and I, we go out and we meet people. They're always like, "Oh my God, you're Coco on the radio. I've been listening to you since I was 2, whatever." I follow your story. I didn't grow up here, but I had heard of Coco on the radio, and I was like, cool. And I remember telling Brad, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a Zoom with Coco on the radio." Funny. And then here we are.
And I felt the same way. Like Jay, my husband, I was like, Jay. The Coastal Bend mom lady, like, totally was like, she wants to set up a Zoom. Like, she's totally all in with, like, us meeting. So funny that we both can appreciate with what each other are doing. Help me.
Exactly. Like, from the first meeting, it's like, we can bounce things off, 100% understand and respect what each other's doing.
Yeah,
so back to your 40 years.
We met and we just had this incredible connection. So we're like, okay, let's figure out what that looks like. So this is around January, and listen, it's kind of wild. We all know what the first of the year looks like. We're not really sure what's going on, but we have a lot of grandiose ideas. We're also trying to drink water, eat right, and exercise because those are the plans, right?
I'm sorry I didn't help that.
Our main goal is like, I've just made 42 goals and I'm going to do them all right now. So we're all kind of focused on that, and we're still in contact. But we're not really sure kind of what's going on also around that time. I had been nominated for the Social Media Influencer Award for the Addie Awards here in Corpus Christi.
So exciting.
Also, which was still so strange for me because I've never been nominated in anything in that category, nor do I feel like I am a social media influencer.
Sure.
Just interesting because I just felt like I've been Coco on the radio for so long, but I also share a lot on social, and I was a social media influencer for a company here in town that I was working for and doing some other office stuff. So I was honored, but in a million years did I think I was going to win. Yeah. No, because the category was thick.
Was it?
There was a lot of amazing creators in the Coastal Bend that were nominated. So I didn't know what was going to happen.
Like zero expectations.
Zero. Zero.
Just excited to be on the ballot.
And freaked because I was like, this is a new territory.
Right.
I didn't consider it. Well, I won that.
Amazing. Like, happy 40th.
Yeah, and
did it make you feel validated for all of this stuff?
It did, and I was
like, radio? Like, you have to schlep.
You do have to schlep
a lot in radio.
I think that's another thing. People think that there's like this crazy glamorous life in radio. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm trying to get some food stamps.
Yeah, seriously, like people don't realize that at all.
I never got into radio for the money. My number one goal, and it's funny how we're doing a full circle, is I wanted to be able to share great experiences with other people and share community with other people. And I remember what it was like to hear my name on the radio. And the power of a shout out and how that, like the smile that you have on your face, because you know what that feels like.
100%.
To be on the radio and the DJ says like, happy birthday, Liz, the song's out to you, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I'm just from a small hometown radio station, so I just wanted to bring that. And I wanted to do it. So it was more to me than any ever dollar in the entire world. Like there's just no money in that. You got to do a lot of things. So there's a lot of schlepping to be done. There's a lot of hours.
That's the only word.
I mean, I washed vans for a minute, at the radio station, and folded t-shirts. I started in promotion. That's another thing. Listen, remember that there are dues to be paid in your position.
Yes.
Always be driven. I want you to do more. But at the radio station, I was like, I'll do whatever I can to get on the air. It took a hot minute. I washed radio station vans and folded t-shirts and packed bins to take to the State Fair of Texas that I
Right.
worked for 6 weeks straight every single day in the sun. Okay.
And that's such a lesson
yes.
for everyone, especially if you're raising kids.
Yeah.
Like, tell your kids
Yes.
this, teach them that. Like,
Yeah.
they are not going to be able to come in at age 22 and
No, that's-
take half days and go play golf
Oh.
every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry. Do you know what the boss had to do for
Yeah.
25 years to
Yeah.
get to that point?
Learn that in your 20s and not your 40s. You know?
But you did.
Well, I did, but I want you to be sharing that. We get so many things glamorized on social media.
100%.
It takes a lot of work. So when
Yeah.
I won that social media influencer award, I think about all the hard work and
Exactly, and you should.
and how vulnerable also that I am on social. Speaking of, I also got a viral video on TikTok in my 40th year. This was so unexpected. In February, a little side note. No, in March. Let's see. I got off my medicine in March. Okay. Oh, also, I quit my radio career after 20 years. After being back for about 3. May 4th would have been 4 years that I was back on the radio, I think, if I'm remembering my math. But I also made a massive decision to quit my radio career so that I could be on with my twins. So this is what I say, like, from January to, like, now has just been absolutely
Whirlwind.
insane. Where I wasn't coasting, I had big decisions to make,
Right.
a lot of decisions that are still not made. And I've just met Liz during all of this. And I've got to share it through the CoCo's Corner podcast, through the Beachy Mamas, and then also with the passion of gardening with Leanne,
Yeah.
Fox Farm. And it was during that time, in between winning the social media award, quitting my job, I started gardening because I was detoxing off of hard prescribed
Do you
pills.
realize, I want to take a pause. You realize how much you've done? I mean, it's like,
Is it great?
yes. It's insane and incredible. Girl, I'm so proud of you. Like, you kicked ass and, are you allowed to say
We are.
on Coco's Corner? Okay, sorry.
I do.
I mean, you have.
It's
incredible. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I don't ever think I sit in it long enough. And so it was this morning when I just sat, interesting, that I sat and had to open up my phone and like look at photos to go like, chick,
Yeah.
you're
Big
alive
stuff.
and breathing.
Big stuff. Big stuff. Proud of you. Okay. And you had a TikTok go viral.
Oh yeah, so I had this weird, so crazy, 3.5 million.
Stop! That's what it's at?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Why? It's
Listen, I don't understand TikTok. You know that. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand viral stuff because like I've shared like the most intimate moments of my life. If you've ever been a listener of me on the radio, just quickly, miscarriage, infertility, just sharing all that. And so for me to be planning with Leanne and we just filmed it,
like
it's
a
a
random
40-second thing. It's a lemongrass.
Yeah.
And it has 3.5 million. Well, that just launched the TikTok. So I almost have 20,000 followers on that.
That's amazing.
Just crazy. And I've been sharing just a lot of mom stuff and how depression's real and that postpartum's real and that your feelings are validated and that nobody should make you feel less than. So if that's what I'm learning now is that there are so many people that are narcissists that you don't know, but the way that they present things and they have for so long, and it's usually these powerful people that I thought that I've met.
Right.
They're these interesting people that I was so drawn to, but they needed me for a reason.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen Hatmaker.
Ugh.
It sucks.
It does suck. It's so
It's
hard.
so
It makes you
hard.
want to like.
It does.
But it's so true.
It's so true. And so I think what I struggle with, like what am I supposed to be doing? Because I've been such a successful person and I've always just like gone and gone and gone and gone. And like, what did I accomplish? Oh, I also got my certificate. I can't even say it because it's so bizarre.
I know what you are. She got her certificate to be a personal trainer.
Yeah, so I also
Right.
did that while I was detoxing off hardcore medication.
Which is awesome.
That's crazy.
You were so productive.
What in the heck?
And, well, I'm not going to say because it's coming up on your list.
So yeah, oh my gosh, these last 6 months have been wild. Okay, so then I also wrote down the Addie Awards. Okay, so Liz and I have been doing the Beachy Mamas, which was also a really beautiful thing too. Let me just remind you to make an ask out of yourself. I actually just did a TikTok about this too, I'm helping with the school community garden where the kids used to go to school. So I spend time watering that little baby over there. By the way, we have 7 melons, so I'm so excited.
They're going to eat that for a snack one day and know that they helped.
They are. But just making an ask out of yourself. So I reached out to Liz and said, hey, I got this wild idea. We had both been wanting to do a podcast. So make an ask out of yourself. There might be somebody that wants to do something too. Maybe that you're vibing with. You have a creative outlet idea. Ask them.
100%.
Maybe there's a way you can serve and volunteer. Ask somebody. Maybe somebody has something that you need to give. Ask somebody. We don't do that enough. We always assume that people don't need anything or don't want anything. And that's not true. People need you and want you and need to be felt, loved, and heard.
Absolutely.
So make an ask out of yourself.
That's our next t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of t-shirts, by the way. Listen to the Beachy Mamas for the other t-shirt ideas. And then the other thing that I just wrapped up, which is pretty cool for my birthday month, the Bid magazine is a local publication here in the city of Corpus Christi. And I just won the locals list that's like fan voted.
Like times 2, hello.
Yeah,
not just one category.
It was for
two categories. That's like what? Who are you?
So great.
Superstar.
I'm like the
rockstar.
roach that won't die. I just keep coming back. You gotta have.
I'm adding that to the t-shirt list also.
I'm like the roach who wouldn't die.
Yep,
that's actually a great shirt.
I'm adding it to the list as we speak.
So man, Liz, thanks for saying that, because as I was going into this, because I thought, what are some fun things that I could share that I've done this 40th year? Also, just being present for my kids and being happy and wanting to be there.
Well, and what you didn't mention, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, what?
Because this is your show, but I'm taking over.
What?
You didn't say you kept your kids home for the summer.
So, I also got brave.
That is so big. That is so, when you're a twin mom with toddlers, to willingly volunteer and offer and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to lean into this mom thing. Yeah. Because I love my kids so much. And I prayed for them so hard. Yeah. And I'm going to lean in. And it's going to be so hard. And especially with all the other stuff you have going on, leaving your career to focus on you. Yeah. Working on your mental health. Working on all your things. But saying, I'm going to do all of those things. But also wrangle 3-year-old crazy people.
Yeah, true.
Girlfriend.
True. No, it's like I wrangle dinosaurs all day.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Should we watch Jurassic Park?
I mean,
do you remember what those people went through with the dinosaurs around?
That was true.
You were like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. You're like,
also the roach that doesn't die.
See? There we go. Oh my God. That is like making that t-shirt. I'm so proud of you. Girl, you killed it.
I don't, my friend Terry just shared this on TikTok, and she just said, every time I see videos of you and your babies, because I shared one like point of view, and it's Levi sleeping in the middle of the day, and I got to put him down for a nap.
Yeah. You never get those moments back.
Nope. And that's I think when you're finally quiet is what I kept hearing is like, you only get this time once.
That's right.
And we're going to be poor. But I'll never an amount of money get back.
That's right.
Of Levi and Grace napping in splash pads in the middle of the day or the early morning.
Yes, I was going to say those early mornings when you don't have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And you get to just snuggle and cuddle.
Yeah, those are
lay together.
So special. And
those are the things they're going to remember.
No, they are. And I think we talked about that earlier, that not every moment needs to be filled with things.
Right.
And I feel like I'm finally safe and comfortable enough in who I am that it doesn't need to be filled with tons of activities, that we can just be.
Yeah, that's huge.
And I don't know if we talked about some Beachy Mamas, but just being encouraged on what I have done.
Yes.
And I often share this with Jason a lot, because I always feel like I'm not content, because I struggle with this, because I don't work.
You do work, girl.
Well.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I think if anybody who's been a career woman, I think about that too. Like, I couldn't wait to be a waitress. Like, I was a junior in high school. Like, it was so cool.
Right.
Because I had to make $200 to pay my little Sunfire, my little Pontiac Sunfire. It was bright red, filled with leopard.
I can visualize it.
I smelled like a chicken fried steak my entire year, because I was a waitress. I've just always worked. Like, I've never just not. And you're right. Being a mom is not working. It's just different.
It is
and we talked
different.
about this on Beachy Mama, so please listen to that one, to that podcast as well. Liz and I have been doing that. It's just different. And I tell Jason, like, I know I'm supposed to be content.
Yeah.
And I just, some days just don't feel that. So I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But I had a lady at Sam's, and this is so beautiful. And this is how I wrap it up. This lady, this couple's walking up to me, and it's two ladies. And, so thankful for this moment. Anna, thank you. And she goes, do you remember me? Do you remember me? Well, we have face masks on. So I'm like, please pull your mask down. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm picturing you. And I gave away Taylor Swift tickets years ago.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest Taylor Swift fan in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
And we just were remembering that. So for her to remember that was just so special
Yeah.
to me. And I was telling her mom, like, I don't really know what I'm doing now. And she said, you're a mom and you're doing it.
That's right. Oh, I love that. And that is so important and so good.
It is. And so
You've killed it in your 40th year.
I guess I have.
Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, you know what? Shit, I did. And that's what Terry was sharing. She was like, you're so strong, Coco. Every time I see these videos of you and your babies on TikTok or social media, she's like, you're just so strong. But also because Terry, and if you've been listening, you know that, like, what we did to get these children, like, we did IVF. I had a miscarriage. We only had 2 embryos left. It was a shot. Jason had to sell his car. We had to do all these things. And it's just been happening. Like, there's been lawsuits. There's been bull crap. There's been
so much
backstabbing. There's been just defeat and crap. Just things. And counseling and postpartum depression, anxiety, and just all these things. And it can snowball. No, you're right. It can snowball. And when I share on social, like, I'm picking myself up by the bootstraps. I want you to know that that's real. And that's why I use hashtag real talk. I'm vulnerable.
Which is so good and so important. And that's what the world needs more of.
It does.
I mean, I shared, and this is not my podcast, but I shared with Coco earlier, the world needs more people who are out there helping each other, being vulnerable, being real, being honest, being open, not having an agenda, just putting it out there.
I think when people really wear the shirts that say be kind, I think we really, like, for real.
For real.
For real. And I think as I'm just unpacking as, like, I'm an adult, I'm a very emotional person. We haven't even gotten into the whole Enneagram craziness.
Oh, that's right.
Really quick, let's wrap that up with, because I sent it to Liz. She is a... I shared on my last podcast how I'm a 2. My husband is a 5, so go back and listen to that. He is now totally dived into who he is as a person, so it's been so interesting. And in the very beginning, we talked about Jen Hatmaker, and she was saying how she took her Enneagram, and for a long time, I didn't want to take it. I don't know why. It's because once you know, like, then you have to deal with it. It
opens up a can of worms.
It does.
It's a lot, and we should, like, we'll do another.
No, we will.
I want to join you again on here, and we'll talk about the Enneagram, because I'm super, like...
We will, because it's so interesting, but just really quickly of... the last 40 years running into this wild lady, you never know who God's going to place in your life.
100%.
And something else I'm trying to be okay with is God removing people from my life.
Also
and I struggle with that because y'all know I'm a 2. So if I'm not in your life anymore, I hope your life is amazing.
Hey, and maybe it'll circle back. But
and thank you for being a part of mine, and you fulfilled it when you needed to. And I hope that served you and yours.
And I guarantee you did. So what Coco sent me earlier, so I'm a 9. And so when we very first met, it's been like a whirlwind, crazy. Like, we just had this instant connection. And so today we looked up between Enneagrams 2 and 9s, which is what we are. This pairing has an outstanding, warm, kindly, and good-natured quality about it that each side reinforces. I feel like that word is just like,
because today we reinforce each other before we started podcasting.
Yes, we did.
And even do a little project she needed help with on cleaning the pool table. But
yes,
anyways.
she did. Like, reinforcing. 2s and 9s are easygoing, hospitable, and undemanding, happy to make friends happy and to welcome them into their home.
I love that.
Which is like...
So true.
I swear, it's like the motto, the definition of our friendship and our relationship. And I'm like so thankful.
What we want for the Coastal Bend Mom Collective. So when we host splash pad dates and play dates and all these things, like we want to be the community for you guys. So like when you're feeling uncomfortable, it's good, boo. We'll take care of it.
Just like give us a little wink and a wave, and we will come and like talk for you.
So I'm excited. These last 6 months, I also have a lot of feelings around my birthday, so I put a lot of expectations on them, and I'm not going in this year because I've finally learned that after, I would say, since my 21st birthday, because those are such milestones, right? You want the 21st to be big, and it didn't happen. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's you circle that back to what we have expectations for our kids because of Pinterest and social media.
Yeah,
I know it's not the same as birthdays, but we do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, hi, let's stop having these crazy expectations. No. But
I had a sick 40th
this year too, right?
Well, yeah. No, I do have something planned because my friends are like, the party was so sick last year. What's up? I was like, so I've been a little depressed and full of anxiety and just don't have time for that. So if you want to plan it, cool. And so they did. They sent me a schedule, and then I sent it to my friends. Are like, oh my God, you did a schedule. I was like, oh no. Remember, I still have anxiety and depression. So anyways, cheers to my 41st year. As always, thank you for believing in me, supporting in me, voting for me, following me in my crazy life and shenanigans. That is, CoCo's Corner. I am so beyond thankful. Liz, thank you for opening up and just helping me tap into things I didn't even know and just be an encourager. I think that's so important and you're so fun.
That fill us up,
yes.
Right?
But also now you know that I'm a very needy too. You can't do nothing crazy. So when you're ready to just like leave me high and dry, just text me.
I'll give you a text first and be like, hi, I need a break.
Hi, I'm out. Just
for a week and then I'll call you later.
That'd be great. So
I got you, boo.
Okay, friend, I hope everything is good in your life. You know what? Guess what, friend? If it's not, I feel you. I 100% get that. But go to sleep, drink some water, and try again tomorrow. I love you, mean it. See you later. Peace.